stable barn. This has been a long time coming. As you know, we've been waiting for a really long time to get our permit. We finally have it and we're breaking ground. This day couldn't be any better. And look at, the sun came out for us, the storm has passed, and this is actually a more incredible project than you can ever imagine because we have an amazing special guest helping us with this project. As you know, Philip and I always do our projects alone. Not this time. This time, we have a special guest who's helping us to bring this project to life.
Well, then you're gonna have it for the lean-to too. That's just a barn.
Yeah, that's what I'm...
Okay, so these are the front of the stalls. Okay. So yeah, so we need one for there.
This is our plan here, where we can see where we have all of our post holes that need to go in with all the measurements of what's going to be between everything. I already got my dad working. He's making some stakes so we can do our string line. Day one of getting ready for the barn means we need to mark where all the posts are going to go. And we picked up 100-foot measuring tape here. My little 16-footer wasn't going to cut it for the barn because we're doing a big stable barn. So we picked up this one here so we can mark out where all of them are going to go, because tomorrow's the big day when we get the machinery to start getting the holes augered for the main posts.
The first stake is going in the ground.
First stake. My dad and my Phil building me a horse barn. We're going, YouTube family, we're going, you're helping. We're going. It's 22 by 42.
Right there.
Pretty exciting. So we have all four corners, so we're just putting them in nice and tight so that we can run a string line around them. And then we'll be able to work on where all of our markings are going to go on the ground, which is why I bought the mark paint, so we can mark all the other posts. Some are deep berry, some are a little more surface berry, depending on if they're load bearing or not. Honestly, just one stake in the ground having a rectangle means we're started.
Oh, this is happening. Like, I can already see it.
Hudson and Lennon, do you see your stalls already? You have a rectangle. Getting the concrete bags all in place. This is just part of the concrete. We definitely are going to need a lot more than this. We're going to start with the four main post corners.
Then baggy screws.
Post. Second post.
First post.
Ah, how is this even happening? Second barn in a month. My dad just built a barn for himself in Ontario, so he's in complete barn building mode.
Crush it with the barn.
All right, my job is moving concrete. I gotta go.
You're gonna go on that side of Grandpa.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then screw
Into the post.
into the post here.
Yeah.
So you need.
Yep.
We're coming into some rocks, so we're just trying to dig up everything we can by hand.
Throw that in the bush.
Let the auger do its work. I think we're gonna have some rocky paths along this backside here.
Chris just dug up another horseshoe on the property. If this isn't a sign that this barn needs to go here, then I don't know what it is. We're just about to go over and auger the rest of our holes. As Elysia says, it doesn't matter, rain or shine or hail, job's gotta get done. So Chris and I have to go out in this, finish those holes.
I thought you were gonna do it. Reporting live from Nova Scotia. Rain and hail. My dad and Philip just worked their magic and they have all 4 of the barn posts in. And I'm just gonna say we have a rectangle. It's feeling like a barn already. I mean, it's way more of a barn than we started the day with. So I think this is such an amazing start. We got back with the rental for the equipment today much later than we anticipated. And so today we just got our 4 main posts in, but we have the auger for a whole week. So you can see all the markings that we have on the ground. And this is just some of the concrete we need to be able to get the first ones done. But we've got everything marked out. My dad lined everything up today while Philip and I went and got all the machinery, and he's cutting all the posts and he's getting everything squared up. He has done this many times, so he's doing a really great job getting this all perfect for us. You see, we have some temporary bracing going on so that we can have all of our concrete hardening and setting over the next day or 2 before we'll remove any of that. We're obviously going to show you all the updates as we go, but it's so awesome to just be getting started. I just honestly thought this day would never come after how long we waited to get our permit and how many stages we had to get the permit along the way and how costly that was. So it's just so rewarding. Every little step is going to feel like something we're so thankful for. So first thing this morning, we're going to take off the bracing that we put on the front. Those are now dry, so we're going to reuse those along the back. And what we're going to do is follow my dad's expertise, and we're going to go and do the back post first. So we have those main 4 posts up. Now we're going to work on all the ones along the back side there. My dad actually runs a shoring company, so he's kind of done every project under the sun. And funny enough, we were having a hard time getting machinery to be able to do our project here, as you know, because we live so far from everything. So we resorted to getting the least costly option, which was the 2-man auger, which is still pretty costly. But my dad in Ontario owns all the equipment we could ever dream of needing for literally any project. But he probably wouldn't be here for 5 years if he started driving it from Ontario to here. And so we're using the 2-man auger. But I'm sure while he's here, he's like, we could do this a whole lot easier, but we just live far too far away. One of the most important things in your first step to building a barn is making sure that your corners are square, because you don't need to have some oblong shaped barn. You want to make sure that you have a perfectly square building. And so I want to show you how we've measured corner to corner on the barn with our long measuring tape to make sure that we are exactly the same both directions. Ooh, a little soggy today. All that rain we got. So this way on the barn.
You're going to go to that front
in
inside.
Their corner.
Yep.
46 feet 11. And conveniently and perfectly, we are at 46 feet 11 inches on the other corners.
Let's go.
We have a perfect building thanks to my dad's expertise. Boy, are we lucky that we took care of our bags of concrete last night. We haven't had rain in weeks. Actually, our well ran dry. We had no rain. And guess what happened last night when there was concrete bags everywhere?
What?
Rain, torrential rain.
No
so
way.
Thank goodness for patio and barbecue covers, because it saved our concrete. Oh, and housed some adorable spiders underneath the tarp last night. So now our concrete is good. So I say we just leave this stacked on here. Hopefully by the end of the day, none of these bags are here, because that would mean that all of our posts are in the ground, and then we'll done the concrete part of this project. So maybe that might be the update by the end of the day. So what's happened is that we're using the auger, and because we need to go down 54 inches deep, we can't possibly get through all the boulders. Even if you dig them out, you can't lift them up out of the hole. And so the auger was plan A. We were trying to do this as economically as possible, but unfortunately, even with the cost of renting this auger, it's like almost $600 for 2 days to have the 2-man auger. And we really didn't want to spend thousands of dollars ordering a larger machine, because we're trying to do this barn on a budget. And so we're just thought we would try plan A and see what happened. But unfortunately, that was kind of a waste, and maybe we should have just started with plan B. In hindsight, I don't know. Just trying to do the best we can. But the auger is not getting us through where we need to go on some of the spaces. And so we've just gone to rent and actually borrow and rent a tractor that we can use to hopefully get the rest of this job finished, so we can start actually building. Once the posts are all in, it's going to be smooth sailing from there. But Luckily, we made that opening so that we can actually get things through. That was smart thinking ahead of time.
Elysia, this is so good.
This is so good. He's driving the tractor home. Let's get this machine on property so we can get this barn done. Let's go. YouTube family, leave a comment down below. Cheer us on. We got this. We have gone through every other obstacle trying to get this barn done. How rewarding will it be when we get it done?
Well, back in the tractor again. Woo! We've been using a 2-person auger all morning. We've been doing okay. We've been running into lots of rocks, some bigger rocks that you can't move. We dug around. They're like 300 pounds. We needed more power. So luckily, one of our neighbors has a beautiful tractor with a backhoe on the back, and he's giving us a sweet deal, and we're going to return the auger. We're going to backhoe these rest of the posts so we can get down to that 5 feet, getting all the concrete in, and make sure we're to plan and code. This is just going to make things so much more easier. This is such an exciting day. Driving this tractor to my farm, build the barn, get the horses set up. Whew. I love tractoring. The diesel tractor.
We found that like digging in the holes of the 2-man auger that there was so much glass, because as you know, when we've done other videos, that in the ground here, the last owners, I don't know how many owners before, woo, it's windy today. That's why I have my face mask on. There's so much glass on the property. You see us extracting it all the time. Well, down in the holes, there's so much glass. So we were digging, trying to get all the way down and pull out rocks, and there was shards of glass in it. So it was so dangerous. Philip got a cut on his one finger. He's all right, but it was just an abort mission. Someone's gonna get hurt. It's just not worth it. Although we want a barn, our safety is number one. And then of course, obviously the safety of the animals. So we are happy that we were able to get this machine. It's gonna make this a lot faster, a lot safer, and honestly just dig a lot better. But we were trying to do this on a budget. So we thought we would try the 2-man auger first, hoping the rain holds out. It's getting pretty blustery, but we're gonna keep working while we have this machine. And we got the machine here. Let's go. Now let's do this. I'm gonna have to go stop and get some diesel. We're gonna need some diesel. We just found a really cool blue bottle. Unscathed, not broken.
Ooh, look at the pyramid on the bottom.
That's so cool. Looking for this big rock. Wow, that's pretty.
Oh, this is perfect. Chris and I just finished doing the outside poles around the whole perimeter of the barn. It looks fantastic. We're gonna start on the inside now and work our way out. I think we have a couple outside poles to do, and then we're gonna work our way down the middle. Oh, it's looking like a barn now, kinda.
Family, we're currently creating pole village. You thought our fencing poles were bad. Look at this. Oh, I just keep pinching myself. How is this project finally happening? It has been so long awaited, and look at this. Look at how straight these posts are. Look at, you can't even see them unless I go to the side. They are dead not straight. Look at this. There's still a post to be done in the middle here. That's that huge boulder that they pulled out. Philip took some fencing down right here, some of the slats. They're gonna put all of the big rocks in where we already have a great big rock wall behind here. If we ever want to move them later, we've got about 50 large boulders to move anyways. And look at this, look how straight this is. If I stand in front, you cannot see them. They're exactly perfect. 54 inches down in the ground, concreted, is what we had to do. They extended it 2 feet deeper than typical for some reason, but we've got to do what they agreed upon on the permit. So look at this. Luckily we were able to get this machine, so shout out to Duncan and his wife for helping us. Duncan and Connie lending us their machinery. We're just renting it from them, so we'll be able to pay the bore up for a couple of days, because no other company would let us have a machine like this down where we live without it costing us thousands of dollars. And so when the 2-man auger didn't work, we had to get creative, and this lovely couple is allowing us to rent it, and they just live locally, so thank goodness for kind people.
First stall door, hun.
This is gonna be Hudson's stall, so I'm saying let's put a little extra concrete in those holes, shall we?
My dad and Philip are doing all the measuring and helping with as much shoveling and stuff as they can. This is where my dad's expertise comes in really well, and Philip is so good at this stuff as well. So this barn is going to be perfectly square and perfectly measured, which makes for a really nice project, because as we start doing the exterior and other elements of the barn, when everything's squared up and measured perfectly, it's going to make all of those elements of the barn go by that much smoother, because everything will line up the way it's supposed to. How excited are you?
I'm like times 10 and excited. This is amazing.
I think we have one more corner post here. That's the corner of Hudson's stall to the corner. Then we're gonna have a tack room, then London stall, then an outdoor grooming area. So I think we have about 6 more main posts to put in. Hudson's whole stall has been braced up. There is the door to Hudson's stall. the two little front sidewalls. There is his big rectangle. This is the first post that's going to support the door for our tack room. So there's going to be another one just over here to close up our tack room. Our tack room is 6 feet by 12 feet. This is a small tack room. And then we're about to do London stall over here. Welcome to our tack room. There's our door. There's our rectangle. There's our door. There's our rectangle. And this is Hudson's stall. There's his door. And there's his rectangle. Hudson's stall, the tack room, they're both complete, and we're about to start London's stall. It's a good thing we're only making a 2-stall horse barn, otherwise we might be tempted to get more horses. That's the way you limit yourself on your love of horses. Just create as many stalls as you know you can get horses. So Dad was over here watching us do a bunch of the work today, Philip's dad. And today we're gonna go over and have some dinner with them. They're doing dinner for us today since we're over here working. So we're gonna go over and have a nice family dinner with my dad and them. And then we're gonna come back and get some rest and then start again first thing tomorrow morning. But at the end of today, I'll do a quick update view and let you see what we're finishing with on the end of day. If you're new to our channel and you're enjoying this video, be sure to subscribe and follow along on our barn series because we're going to be posting our daily updates on where we're at with our progress of our horse barn as we go here on this huge build. We're trying to beat snow flying, so wish us luck. The boulders that were down in this hole. Look at this. We would have never got through with Togger. Oh my. Absolutely incredible how many rocks are in our land. We're nearing the end of our second day working. We are almost done the walls on the tack room, getting all of the beams up. I absolutely can't even stare at these large beams enough. They're so exciting. We have 4x4s all around the whole barn, and those are going to be covered with a lot of our walls and things, so don't see them. All of the exposed beams along the front are these gigantic 6x6s, and they are dreamy. Going to be some other cross detailing at the top once we get the front peak on, so those will really bring those to life when we get to that point.
Just got me working, YouTube family.
I was gonna say, tell me you love your horses without telling me you love your horses. Main goal here is obviously to get the entire barn built, but the first goal was to get all the posts in before the ground freezes. So mission accomplished, because we're gonna be done well before the ground freezes. I wanna show you a little view from over off of the front porch so you can see kind of where the barn is situated and what it's looking at right now. It's about 5 o'clock, it's almost dinner time on the end of day 2. And honestly, I think if we would have just started this with this machine, we probably would be done all the posts like by now at this point, but that's okay. You know what? Everything works out the way it's supposed to when it's supposed to. Kitchen is there, and you can see where the barn's gonna be. Hudson and London round pen is over here. The brook, that gives you the view of where the barn is situated on the property. And you can see Hudson's door is right there. Tack room door is right there. London's is gonna be approximately right here, and then our outdoor grooming area, which means that from my kitchen windows, out the patio side door on the other side of the house and out here, I can stare out at the horses and see their little heads peeking out of what will be their apron or Dutch doors on their stalls. It's going to be so beautiful. You can see all of our barn wood there. Phil's just putting in the last corner of the tack room. The weather has held up for us, although it's looking a little dark up there. The sun is currently shining on our barn. Welcome to day 3 of working on our horse barn. Today is windy. It is a little bit sunny. It's probably gonna be rainy, and goodness knows what else the weather's gonna throw at us. But my dad and Phil are right now working on the door for London's stall. Let's go. We have Hudson's stall. We have a tack room door. We have London's stall. And we have our outdoor grooming area. I think they have one more post to go, maybe two. Two more posts. What an exciting morning of day 3 of our horse barn. I can't believe that at the end of day 3, we not only ditched our first equipment, managed to rent and borrow a second equipment, and we're already finishing all of the main posts. Look at these great big 6x6 main beams that are going to be the front overhang of the barn. They're absolutely incredible, and they're gonna look so good when we're all done. We have gone through more concrete than I can even count, filling all of these holes to 54 inches deep. But boy, is it worth it. So luckily we opened up this great big space in the fence, so that means that we can get machinery in and out. It was good thinking forward to know that one day maybe we might need to do that. Hudson and Lennon have been watching from the round pen today. They're gonna be over in that bigger area by tomorrow, but we just didn't want to risk them getting into this area when we're working with the machinery. They have been watching us like hawks the last couple of days, watching us build their barn. We also opened up this section here so that we can get some of the big boulders back, where we already have a huge boulder wall that goes all behind the fencing there.
We originally tried to do this with an auger and an extension so we could get down to our mandatory 5 feet. It was impossible. We had to get an excavator. So,
What a blessing to be able to get one though.
yeah.
I think Mom and Dad are bringing over buns and meat and sandwich stuff because they were worried that we wouldn't eat if we were working. Taking care of us. I'm gonna go open the gate for them in a sec. It's been fun to watch my dad and Phil both. Phil drives, Dad's here, working as a team to get this done. It's kind of fun to have it like all hands on deck. All of our people are here contributing in some way or another to our barn build. Even our YouTube family. Just watching and commenting helps us out a lot. So thank you. Second last post in the hole. Boy, it's getting blustery. It's supposed to start storming around 12. I think it's about 11:45. We have one more post to go right there, closing up the actual outdoor grooming area. This is so fun.
Found this real cool antique bottle, and it's got like some texture on it. It's really cool. A little chip, but it's still nice. And then I have this old Lambert pharmaceutical Listerine. I think I'm gonna use this mouthwash today. Still some in there.
It even has the cap and everything.
Yeah.
So cool. So end of our 3rd day, and we're going to have all the posts done by the end of today, hopefully before this storm hits. But I just can't believe that we've made so much progress in just a couple of days. I guess we're meant to get these posts done today because the sun just keeps on shining. Another bottle? Good find, Dad. What's it say? Oh, wow. So fun. Let me see.
Feel the angles on it.
Oh, it's like a hexagon. Well, it's not a hexagon, but it's got,
Feel it.
it's hex. Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Make that. What's that say?
Menard S. Liniment. Whoa, that's so cool. I can literally only imagine how many cool bottles are under this ground. If we unearthed everything on this property, we would find the coolest things. Since this house was built in 1899, I think it would be pretty incredible to go on a hunt and see. I mean, we found enough cool things just doing some mudlarking in our backwoods here. Okay, we're finding so many cool things. Philip just found, I think, an inkwell, like a little ink
Number
pot.
5, it says on the bottom.
Oh my word.
You watching, Grandpa? What's your grandpa doing? It's in your paddock for ya.
My dad is taking some time to level out a bunch of the land and get a whole bunch of the big rocks out from underneath while we have the tractor. This only makes sense to try to do that. So we're going to be taking it back tomorrow or later tonight. But we have all of the posts for the barn done. You can see we have some supports in there for all of the work that we did today with the concrete. Especially because it's going to rain, we want to make sure that we have those nice and braced up. We're just doing a cleanup of our work site. It is absolutely so rewarding to have this done at the end of day 3. Here we go. Posts are all in.
Thank you so much for watching. This is such an exciting series, so make sure that you're subscribed to our channel. I love you, and I will see you on our next update.